Hey everybody, Jeffrey here, and today we're going to learn how to play the game Can't Stop on Board Game Arena. Take a look at how the interface works. If you are not familiar with the game, it's a fun, easy to learn little push your luck game in which you are rolling 4 dice and you combine any 2 dice into whatever combination you can, and then you move up on tracks from 2 to 12. Represented on the dice. If you roll a 4 and a 6, then you can combine those to a 10, you move up on the 10 track and so forth. And then the game ends with whoever wins 3 tracks. The first one to win 3 tracks wins the game. So let's take a look at the interface. Okay, so here is Can't Stop on Board Game Arena, affectionately known as BGA. And you can see that 2 people are playing. This is an actual demo game. They have these on Board Game Arena for you to learn how to play the games and learn how the interface works. But I always find it easier to have somebody kind of talk you through what's going on. So this is a demo game that we're going to be stepping through in our own time. And there is somebody named Ryan MC playing against Porthos. Ryan is red, Porthos is green, and you can see their player tableau up here in the upper right corner of the window. They both have 0 stars, which means victory points, 0 points. Their little avatar pictures are here. You can roll over them. You can see that they're both from the US. People are from all over the world. That's what's so cool about Board Game Arena. You could be playing a game with somebody from China and somebody else from Italy at the same time. So here is the interface for the game. And you see here is the main board with the tracks from 2 up to 12. And here are the 4 dice you're going to roll on your turn. And so Porthos has already rolled his 4 dice. And he rolled a 5, 2 6s, and a 2. And those can be combined into these combinations over here on the right. Now, on your turn, you will always have 3 markers. And you are restricted to picking 3 tracks, and that's all you can pick for that turn. And you can move up the track. And so let's take a look at the combinations he's got. He could move up on the 11 and the 8 because he can combine those dice into 11 and 8, or 8 and 11, well, same thing, or 12 and 7. Now you notice that the 12 track only has 3 spots to it. So you could win that track fairly easily. But the 7 track, look at how long that is, right? And that is based on the percentage that you're going to roll 7s versus the percentage you're going to roll 12s or 2s, right? So what is he going to pick? And let's take a look. So we'll step into so he picked the 12 and the 7 combo, and he puts his marker on the beginning of the 12 and the beginning of the 7. Now, he has a choice. He could stop now and put his actual colored marker on there. Porthos is green, so he would put his little green markers on there. Or he could push his luck and go again. Of course, he's going to go again because he still has a marker he hasn't even placed yet. So let's see what happens if he rolls the dice again. Now he rolls a 6, 2 1s, and a 5, which can be calculated to combos of 7 and 6, or a 2, an 11, or 6 and 7. Now, why does it show you can progress on 7 and 6, or you can progress on 2 or 11, but not both? Because he is already on the 7, and he's already on the 12. If he progressed on the 2 and the 11, that would be 4 places, and he only has 4 markers. So he can only be on 3 tracks on any one turn. So he could, however, go up on the 7 because he's already on it and bring the other marker out and put it on, begin it on the 6. Or he could go up, yeah, that's the same thing. Or he could go up on the 2 and, up on the 2 instead. So those are his choices. Let's see what he picks. So he decided to go up on the 6 and up on the 7. Now, does he stop or keep going? I bet he's going to roll again. And he does. He gets a 4, 2 1s, and a 5, which now you see that the 4 and the 5 is not possible because he's committed now to the 6, the 7, and the 12. Anything else he rolls other than those 3 are a wash. He can't use them. So he can't use a 4 and a 5, which add up to a 9. Can't do it. A 1 and a 1 add up to a 2, can't do it. It's got to be a 6, a 7, or a 12. Fortunately, the 1 and the 5 make a 6. The 1 and the 4 make a 5. So he can progress on the 6, but not on the 5. Or here again, 5 and the 1 make a 6, and the 4 and the 1. So what's he going to, so he's going to go up on the 6th track. One place. Does he stop or does he roll again? So he rolls again, and he gets a 6, a 3, and 2 4s, which can combine into, he can move up on the 7 track. That's it. He can't move up on the 9. He can't move up on the 8, because again, he's on the 12 already, the 7 and the 6. So the 9, the 8, those are no good. So he moves up on the 7. And does he roll again? He does roll again, and he gets another 7. The 7. Does he roll again? Now, if he rolls something that he can't use at all, there's no way he can get a 7 or a 6 or a 12 out of the dice he rolls. If that happens, then he busts. He loses all the progress he's made this turn. So his markers come off the board entirely because he's not on the board at all. So let's see what he does. He decides to roll. He gets a 12. Lucky him. So he can go up on the 12. Boom. And he's just one away now from winning the 12 track. So let's see. And remember, 3 tracks, if you win 3 tracks, game over. What does he do? He rolls again, 7 and a 6. Nice. So he can move up on the 7 and the 6 track, which he does. Does he roll again, or does he play conservative? He rolls again, and he can move up on the 6. Good for him. All right, there he is. What does he do? Does he push it? Oh, no. He pushed it, and he busted. Now, here's what happens, and this is one little caveat on the board game arena version of Can't Stop. You have no idea what he just rolled, because you can't see what it was that he rolled, because it's so fast. He rolled it, and the computer, the system, figured out, oh, you didn't roll anything that could combine into a 6, a 7, or a 12, so you busted. That's the problem. You have no idea what you rolled. You can't see it. That's one of the little my pet peeves about this game on the board game system. But now he busted. He's off the board, so he didn't get to actually place his tokens at all. And it's Ryan's turn, and Ryan rolled a 4, 3 4s, and a 6. So he can go up on the 8 and the 10, and that's it. So let's see what he does. Goes up on the 8 and the 10. That's kind of all he could do. Then what does he do? He's going to roll again. He still has another button he hasn't even placed out yet. So he gets, he can move up 2 on the 10, or he can go on the 12 and the 8, or 2 on the 10. And the reason he can go up on the 12 and the 8 is because he's already on the 8. And he could add the 12 in and move up on that. Let's see what he does. He goes up 2 on the 10. And then what? He rolls again. He gets 5, a 4, and 2 3s, which could be a 9. He could move up the 9. He could move up on the 6. He could go 7 and 8. So let's see what he does. Okay, so he starts on the 7, and he moves up. He progresses on the 8. Then what? Does he stop, or does he push it? He goes again. He could go up on the 10, which he's already on, and on the 7. Can't go up on the others because he's not on them, and he's already committed to those 3 tracks. So he moves up, and let's see next. Oh, he chose to stop, which is different than what happened to Porthos, who busted. So Ryan chose to stop. He could have rolled again, but he chose not to. And because he did, he gets to replace where those markers were when he stopped with his tokens, his red tokens. So that's where he's going to pick up from on his next turn. Now he can't lose any ground on the 10 from where his marker is, or this 8 or the 7. That's kind of anchors himself in there. And now Porthos is up, and he rolls this combination. He can move up on the 3 and the 7, or the 6 and the 4. What does he do? He gets out on the 3 and the 7. Next, he rolls this combination. He could go up on the 5 and the 9, or the 8 and the 6. And now he's got all 3 markers. He's committed to the 3, the 6, and the 7 track for this turn. Any other rolls don't work for him. So let's see what he rolls. He can move up on the 6 or the 7. He's up on the 7. And oh, he busts again. His next roll didn't work, so he's out. So too bad for Porthos. On his first 2 turns, he ended up busting out, and he's not even on the board yet. And so here's Ryan again, and he's progressing. A 5 and an 8, 10 and a 3, 6 and a 7. What does he decide? So he moves up on the 6 and the 7. And so the game continues this way, and I'm going to fast forward through the game until we see where they're kind of closer to the end, and I may stop it along the way. Okay, now I did actually breeze right by the fact that Porthos was able to get the 2-track. He got to the top of the 2s, so he has won the 2-track. So Ryan can't even play there anymore. Any 2s that are rolled aren't even usable. So that's where it starts to get restrictive now, because any dice you roll that are already tracks that are already won can't be used. Let's continue. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a moment. You can see that Porthos is just 2 away from winning the 5-track now. And he's also progressed really well on the 6, and he's close to the end of the 9-track. So he's doing quite well, whereas Ryan is kind of midway on a lot of tracks. The 6-track, the 7-track, the 8-track, the 9-track, and the 10-track. Let's keep going. All right, so here, Porthos has made it to the top of the 5-track, but he hasn't stopped yet. Now, he could keep going and try to advance these other markers, but if he busts, he loses all of this, which means he would lose this track win all the way back down to this point. So what is he going to do? Is he going to stop and take the win for this track, or is he going to push it? Let's see. He stopped, and he took the win. So Porthos has now won track 2 and track 5. He's won 2 tracks of the 3 he needs to win the game. All right, now Ryan just busted. So all that good progress Ryan just made is all nullified, and he's back to where he started at the beginning of that last round. Okay, and right there, that was Porthos who decided to stop, and he is all the way up the 7-track here. He's only got 3 spaces to go, 4 spaces on the 8-track, 3 spaces on the 9-track, so he's in good position. And remember, he started in really bad shape by busting 2 rounds in a row, but he's certainly has flown past Ryan at this point. And I'm just stepping through. Now, Ryan made it to the top of the 10 track, so he's actually on the board now. He's got 1 track to Porthos's 2 tracks. All right, here we go. Porthos only needs 1 more 7, and he's won the game. And he stopped. He chose to stop 1 away from winning the game instead of risking losing that advance that he had made to there. So now it's Ryan's turn. Can Ryan pass him? It really puts Ryan in a pressured position, knowing that 1 more 7 for Porthos wins the game. This makes Ryan push it a little bit more than he might like to. Oh, he's right. And oh, he busts because he was pushing it so hard. He busts, and now we're back to Porthos. All he needs is a 7. And let's see, what does he get? And yet, And no 7 yet. That's a 6. And oh, he busts. So you see, it gets difficult because any 10s that are rolled don't work. Any 5s that are rolled are no good. Any 2s that are rolled are no good. Plus only the 3 that you pick. So now Ryan's up again. Can he do anything better than last time? Question. Moving up the 8. Can he get it? Up the 6. Oh, okay, made the 8. Is he going to stop, though, knowing that Porthos only needs a 7 to win? Oh, he rolled. So he made it. So he made it. Ryan made it to the top of both of those. So Ryan wins this game, even though Porthos was that close. All he has to do is stop. And there it is. And that's how you play Can't Stop. So you can see here that Ryan won the 6-track, the 8-track, and the 10-track, with Porthos just one move away from 1-7 is all he needed. Very exciting game. So hopefully that enlightened you on how to play Can't Stop on Board Game Arena. So go in, give it a try. And by the way, my username on Board Game Arena is Max Height. And if you're on there, shoot me a friend request and invite me to a game of Can't Stop. I'd love to play the game with you. So until my next video, this has been Jeffrey. I'll see you around the gaming table.